Here we are celebrating our second year anniversary. And wow, how did we get so blessed and so lucky, T Mill?
Woo! The people of the Tennessee Valley blessed us, got us here for 2 years and blessing us enough to be here long enough to talk to some legends.
Oh my goodness. Iconic TV. Oh my. That said, we promised we would be chatting it up with Miss Bern Nadette Stanis, and she is here. Good morning.
Good morning. Happy anniversary, you guys.
Thank you so much.
So proud of you.
Oh, I appreciate that. And we are proud of you.
Thank you.
And so how you have represented the community and young African-American girls to grow up into such a beautiful, elegant woman.
Thank you.
And you're still representing us. And we appreciate that. Yeah, that's what you call motivation. Right? That's what you call
life goals.
Did you know I was the first Black female teenager ever on television?
Wow.
The first Black teenager heartthrob for a lot of guys on television.
Oh,
yep.
That's nice.
Yep.
Yes, I'm your big sister. Okay.
Yes. And a lot of, teenagers, much like myself, we were trying to emulate you and try to be like Thelma. I had a big afro one time.
Did you have your big? Oh, I can see you have that hair that makes that big afro.
I'll let it grow now. I'll be a Thelma for a day.
All right.
And we were talking yesterday that not only was it around that time, but also when I was going to school, it just continued. You know, going to school, girls were still dressing and doing their hair
that
like
is
that.
generational.
Mm-hmm.
It's like 2, 3. Well, maybe not 4 yet.
Maybe.
Because next year, in 24, it will be the 50th year.
Really?
Of Good Times.
Wow.
So don't you ask me my age.
I'm checking myself. How old am I?
Well, at 15 and 16, you can guess my age.
Yes.
Well, the thing is, you have a lot of children. I have kids, and there's a fascination with the 80s, the 70s, the 90s. They go back.
They go back.
And
they
watch
go back.
and
Because
study.
I think that the new stuff today is very, very great. It's great. It keeps your mind spinning, but it doesn't spend enough time to give you your morals or your base. Give you something deep rooted.
Yeah.
And I think, shows like in the 70s, Good Times, All in the Family too, Sanford and Son, the Jeffersons. And now in the 80s, Fresh Prince and stuff, it gives the kids something that they can really relate to in their spirit.
They can see themselves in for sure.
Well, Good Times was one of those shows that always gave people hope.
Yes.
And as I got older, I was like, are they ever going to have a good
No, we're never going to get out of the ghetto. Because when we did get out of the ghetto, that was the very last show.
Yeah.
Yeah. The idea is to be in the ghetto. So no matter what, it's something going to fail so you can stay there. You know what I mean? But in those 30 minutes was such a good lesson, of sticking to it. Although you are poor, you have a family that had love. And, with love, sometimes you don't even recognize that you're poor.
Yeah,
exactly. And that's why we enjoyed watching because we got lessons. And one thing I really appreciated about Good Times was the family unit, the mother and father in the house together, you know, and your nosy neighbor.
Oh, I love my nosy neighbor, bringing all the information from the neighborhood.
Gotta have a nosy neighbor. Gotta have a nosy neighbor.
Information.
There was a lot of things going on with the television show, and there's a lot of things going on with you right now because you're on a new TV show.
Oh my.
Yeah, tell us about the family business.
Well. Okay, it's a BET show. It's called Carl Weber's The Family Business. And they called for me last year to come in. So it's the 4th season. And I came right in, and I'm Larry Duncan's wife. Nene Duncan.
The cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Baby, he may be cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, but he loves his Nene.
Ah, okay.
And she is slick and sneaky, too.
Well, that's what came out. I didn't try to be sneaky, but the lines presented me to be sneaky.
You're just doing your job.
I'm just doing my job. But I am a little sneaky, and, but I have to be around the Duncans. Come on. They can't know every move I'm making, because my husband is in the crazy house.
Yes, he is.
And I've got some things to do.
The real
Stan
I got
Shaw.
some things to
I
do.
just want to share with you. Stan Shaw plays Larry Duncan. And he is the most fantastic actor. I mean, I enjoy working with him because he's so, oh my God, he's so giving and so protective. And when I work with him, I feel safe.
Okay.
You know, as an actress, I feel safe. Wherever you go, baby, I'm going with you.
I heard that.
Because he's got my back.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's the actress name that plays your sister-in-law?
Oh my God, why would you do that to me? Right? My sister-in-law.
Yeah,
Valerie Penna, I can't say her name, so don't make me do that. But she is awesome. She was on Half and Half.
Yes, she was.
Yes.
She's I love her.
I love her more.
I love her comic way of acting.
Yeah.
She's got dry sense of humor.
But she's edgy.
Yes, she is.
But she's so compassionate.
Another one not to play with on that
Not
show.
to play with her.
We're talking to Bern Nadette Stanis, and she, of course, many people remember as Thelma from Good Times on a new TV show, The Family Business. Now we're going to find out more about her business. Stick around. Tony with T-Mill in the Morning, 94.1 WHRP. That would be us.
We back.
Celebrating our 2nd year anniversary live on Facebook at 94.1 WHRP. Special guest in studio with us, Bern Nadette Stanis, and of course,
thank you,
America's sweetheart.
Aww.
Yes, we love you.
I love you guys.
And so, how was it really being a TV star as a teenager?
Well, I had studied acting, already, so I was kind of ready for the challenge. But I was the rookie. Everyone on there were professionals. So when I walked in there, I wasn't intimidated, but I did not know the business. And Esther Roll embraced me. She was the most wonderful Hollywood mother anyone could have.
I can imagine. And she did make you feel like she was your mom.
Yeah, well, I made her
viewer.
Absolutely. You know what? I said to her, "You are my mom." I used to go home with her every day because I wasn't driving. I used to go home with her every day, and she would have to cook for me. And she was like, "Don't you have a place to go home to? Goodbye, go." I said, "I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying right here with you."
Right.
That felt comfort.
Yeah. And were you going to school at this time? Because you're in high school, like you're doing acting.
Yes,
how was that working?
Yes. Well, I had studied at Juilliard, so I had a lot of training. So I had done that before.
Nice.
Yeah, I had done that before. So when I was cast, I was okay about it. Never thought I would really be a very big actress, not at all, because I was a dancer first.
Wow.
So and I thought I was going to be this fabulous dancer somewhere. But, that didn't happen. But I did dance on Good Times. Okay. So they allowed that. They allowed me to do one dance.
And so you had John Amos.
Oh, yes.
Johnny Brown.
Oh, Johnny Brown.
Johnny Brown.
Bookman. Oh, my God. He came from Broadway. He worked with Sammy Davis Jr. Right. He had so many great stories about John Wayne, Desi Arnaz, things like that. And he was telling us these stories. And I'm like, "Oh, Johnny, you have to write the book. At least, put it on tape for us." Yeah. And within a couple of years, he was gone.
Ralph Carter.
Ralph is my buddy.
So I met Ralph many years ago in New York. I was touring with Ruth Brown, and his mother was a big fan.
Oh, yes.
A blues singer.
Yes.
And he brought her to see the show.
Lucille.
And it was just a sweet moment. So, and very nice guy. You had Ben Powers. Your boo.
My boo. I picked him. He was so talented. Such a loving TV husband. Yes. And when I slapped him that on that episode, he got to me. What was that? I said, "I don't know. It was just in the moment."
Ooh, that was too real. That came from a real place.
Janet Dubois. And Jimmy Walker.
Whom I still love so much. He and I are so close. We were like real brother and sister. Wow, we talk all the time. Yeah. I talk to Ralph and Jimmy all the time. And I spoke with John Amos about a month ago.
I follow him on TikTok.
Oh, his son. Yes. Oh, my God. Casey is a mess.
Right. And of course, we have to mention Janet Jackson and Chip Fields.
Oh, yes. Janet Jackson. Oh, I just have so many wonderful stories about her. I remember she came on, she was only 10, 8, 10, something like that. And the discipline that she had.
Wow.
I mean, and she knew her lines. And Norman Lear said this. He said, "I picked her, yes, because she's part of the the Jackson family. Okay, but she would not have gotten the role if she was not a great actress."
There it is. Talking to Bern Nadette Stanis, and of course, she is Thelma to us from Good Times.
Forever.
And you've been busy. You've been writing a few books.
Oh, yes.
How many do you have?
Well, actually, I have 3 books, and I have a poetry book.
Okay.
I don't really call that the book, but so it's 4 altogether. But I wrote Relationships 101, the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Listen up, female.
I'm gonna have to get the book.
Let me tell you, I wrote 101 different situations because I couldn't focus on one, so I had to write them all. Okay. And I wrote 101 different situations and my, response to them. The idea was to bring those situations to the forefront because a lot of that stuff is happening, and I just want people to be aware of it. It's like being a fly on the wall and looking at somebody's stuff. So it's fun. I did that because I traveled a lot and I heard a lot of stories. So they all are real. I've heard a lot of them. I have 1 or 2 of them in there, but you'll never know it's me.
Really? Really? Oh, I'm gonna figure this
you
one
gonna
out.
figure
Yeah, we're gonna get to the bottom of this.
We have a thing called Tony's Tattletale.
Oh, you do? Oh my goodness.
Yes.
I bet you will figure it out.
That's all right. The challenge of the day.
And then I have the finance book. The finance book is Situations 101. Finances, the good, the bad, and the ugly, because out of the relationship book came the finances.
Okay.
Because finances and relationships are actually one and the same sometimes, I think. And then after that, my mom got sick with Alzheimer's. So I had to, bring her with me. And she was right there with me with all my book signings. So I said, Mom, maybe we should have a book together. She thought that was a great idea. But Alzheimer's came in so fast that we couldn't do it.
Okay.
And so when she passed, I named the book The Last Night, because it was about that. And I told her while she was passing, I said, Mommy, it's not over yet. And what I meant was, I'm going to continue our book and I'm going to write about your story.
That's going to help a lot of people.
It has already helped a lot.
Absolutely. And you've been talking and doing speaking engagements and talking to people who are going through what you experienced. Can you talk about just some encouraging words to folks that are going through that?
Oh, yes, I will do that, because, when I was going through it, it was my mother passed in 2011. So 10 years before that. Okay. I was going through this, and what I say to caregivers is to take care of yourself, because for me, I put all of my energies, which you have to almost, in taking care of my mother, and I neglected me for a minute, and health issues and stuff. But what I would say about Alzheimer's is this: the pain is so deep. It was so deep for me that I could read about everything about Alzheimer's, but nothing about the things that were tearing my heart apart. So I said, when I finish this thing, I'm gonna write about the feelings that I had, what we go through as caregivers, what my mother went through, the things that most people would be embarrassed about. I embraced. I had to. If she had it, then I had it. That's how I felt. I had to fight for her. And it's just taking care of yourself. And if you get the book, you'll see all the little things that happened that hurt me. That was funny. Now it's funny, but it's hurtful. Like, she was a bookkeeper, and she loved, she knew money. And it got to the point where she was giving her money away to everybody. I'm like, Mommy, you can't do that. Because I would get her money out and put it in purse. Because I didn't understand, the next step. And she would just give her money out. And I said, okay, this is not going to work. So I said, okay, what I'm going to do, and this hurt me. I had to go to the toy store and buy, fake play money. And I filled her purse with play money. And she looked in there and she saw all of her money. She was happy. She was so happy. And she took her money out and she counted her money. And I went in the bathroom and I cried. Even now I cry because she didn't even recognize it was fake money.
Right. And that's one of many stories that people deal with, how folks change with Alzheimer's. We're talking to Bern Nadette Stanis, and we're going to come back and have a little more conversation, tell you where you can meet her. She's going to be here for a few days in the Tennessee Valley. 94.1 WHRP.
Oh my God. Now that line right there, that line right there.
Oh my goodness. That sometimes brings tears to my eyes because I think of my family sitting around the television with my mom who used to talk to TV. Oh, get him, Florida. Get him. Tell him, Florida. Tell him, Florida.
Like a boxing match.
Oh, my goodness. We're talking to Bern Nadette Stanis of Good Times. Thelma's in the building celebrating our 2nd anniversary.
That's right.
Tony with T Mill in the morning, 94.1 WHRP. And I just, am so excited to have you participate with this celebration, but to spend time with us this morning. It really means a lot. You mean a lot to our homes. You're our cousin. You're our big sister. You've been a part of our whole families, generational families for so many years. And hey, our cousins here. Hey,
right now, my aunties here.
Right.
But it's been in February 24th, it's going to be 50 years.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah, 50 years.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have to circle back around in February
that's
with
right.
you. Yes, indeed.
50 years. And it made a big staple in America, and it opened up that window so that if you're not Black, you can see what African Americans people at that time was really going through.
And it's a story everyone can relate to. But you're here, and tell us about your time here in Huntsville. You're going to be here.
It's been wonderful. I hear that this is like the #1 place to live.
One of the fastest growing areas, in the country.
Wow.
Yeah, this is probably. What do they call it? Little Silicon Valley of the South.
I like that.
A lot of engineers and just so much.
So many beautiful people I've met so far.
Wonderful.
And they've all received me so well. They're supporting.
You're Thelma.
Oh, well,
of
thank
course.
you. But, I feel a special embracement here. It's just like you guys are giving me a big hug, and you appreciate me being here, and I appreciate being here.
Little Southern hospitality.
You're at Redstone Arsenal at the Exchange.
Yes.
And you have a little area there where you have a lot of memorabilia
Yes, I have.
And books.
Yeah.
So tell me about it.
Okay, I have the books, and I have the T-shirts. I have the classic pictures that take you down memory lane.
Okay.
Okay. So, if you would like to have all those things, we have a nice little price for you there. But it goes to my foundation for Alzheimer's. And also, I give back to the military. I always do.
Yes.
Nice.
And so that's what I'm doing. You can take pictures too.
You could take pictures with her.
And I give conversation. I like to talk.
Absolutely.
I'm one of those girls.
So if you have access, find somebody that does. Get you at Redstone Arsenal. You're working at Redstone. Stop on by the Exchange from 10 to 5 p.m. and say hello, Miss Bernadette. And come and get yourself a book, a T-shirt, something, a smile, and a handshake and a picture. Come on by. So how long will you be there?
Until Sunday.
Oh, wow.
Oh, you got time.
Until
You got
Sunday.
time.
Do not listen to my voice. Do not say, I didn't know she was here.
You know now.
Tell a friend to tell a friend.
You, Tony.
She's going to be here till Sunday.
Okay.
I know folks ain't been on the Arsenal in 20 years, and I saw them taking pictures with Bernadette. I said, that's how they get you on the Arsenal.
You are a dream come true for so many people to meet you in person and to give up your time and be so willing to do so, to do that. That's very special.
Yeah, my dad was in the Army, so I understand, the pressures that you guys go through. And also I want to be there to kind of help uplift if I can, because I appreciate you so much. And Tony, I appreciate you.
Thank you.
You are wonderful, and I'm so proud of you.
I appreciate that.
Okay, T, I'm proud of you too. I'm gonna call you T.
Thank you.
I'm proud of you too. Okay.
Thank you.
Keep it up.
All right. Thank you so much for your time spent, for coming to the Tennessee Valley. And she's at Redstone Arsenal Exchange between 10 and 5 p.m. What are you doing today? come on by and say hi. And come see Thelma. This is an opportunity of a lifetime.
Good time.
Thank you.
All right, caller number 9, 866-481-9477. I have a thank you $50 gift card for supporting this little radio show. Tony with T-Mill in the morning.
Oh, great.